Okay, so we are doing science and technology, and we have already done, we were doing electricity and electronics, and we are finishing. We are doing the last topic on electricity and electronics. Okay, so today we are looking at dangers of electricity. We are looking at dangers of electricity. Are you writing that down, Agatha? Okay, have you written down?
Yes.
Yes. We love using electricity, but it can be dangerous, especially if it gets in contact with your body, because it can hurt you or sometimes even kill you. So we want to look at these dangers so that next time we avoid these electrical shocks. Okay, so first of all, we want to start with wall sockets. Wall sockets. People usually call it plug, but that one at the wall is called a socket. We all know it, where we put our phones when we are charging, where we put our stoves, that is called a socket on the wall there, like this one. Agatha, can you look at the book? Like this one, that is the wall socket. Okay, can you see it, all of you?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. So this one, how does it become dangerous? How does it become dangerous? The wall socket thing. Yes, ma'am.
When your hands are wet and you're plugging your at your phone trying to charge it, you get shocked.
When it is like what?
When your hands are wet
Yes, when
and
your hands are wet, yes, you can be shocked. Or can you see the socket that I've shown you there? There are lots of plugs there. Can you see that? We tend
Yes.
to do this at home. We put a lot of plugs on the socket and it becomes overloaded. So if it is overloaded, it can overheat and cause fire. It can overheat and cause fire. Have you heard about houses that were on fire, that it was an electrical fault? You have heard about that, ma'am? Can you sit properly in Scaniso? Sit in a comfortable way so that you won't be moving. Okay, or sometimes some people try to poke into the socket with metal things, like using a knife, and what else that people usually use, or a wire. It becomes dangerous. It becomes dangerous. And then danger number two, besides the sockets, we can also have problems with electronic appliances. With the electronic appliances, the same thing that Mary mentioned, that you shouldn't touch those plugs with your wet hands, because it causes an electrical shock. And also using sharp objects, metal, for example, those that are metal, it can also cause an electrical shock. Are we still together?
yes.
Yes. And then danger number 3 can be caused by electrical equipment. Are you writing down the dangers of electricity? Number 1, we talked about wall sockets. Number 2, we talked about electronic appliances. Okay, appliances, A double P L I A double P LIANCES. Okay, so I'm now talking about electrical equipment. If you play next to electrical cables and power lines, it can cause electric shock. If you play next to electrical cables and power lines, it can cause electric shock. This is the cable. This is the cable. Can you see it? Can you see my cable?
Yes.
Yes. So again, if these wires are not covered somewhere there, it can also be dangerous. Or if this thing is worn out, if it is no longer covered and these are exposed here, it can cause electrical shock also, or it can cause even fire. Are we together?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. So we have talked about these dangers, the wet hands, the uncovered cables. We have talked about poking with metal things into the socket. We have talked about the overloaded socket, and we said these are dangers. So now we want to look at the precautions, precautions when using electricity. Safe ways of using electricity. These are called precautions. Precautions, P-R-E, C-A, Precaution. Mel, are you writing?
Yes.
Good. Okay, so from these dangers that we have talked about, how do you think we can overcome them? What should we do? I said we have talked about an overloaded socket which can overheat and cause fire. We have talked about wet hands touching the socket or cables with what wet hands. We have talked about uncovered cables. How can we use these things safely? What do you think we should do to avoid the dangers that we have been discussing? What should we do? Let's try. Iska? Okay, I am going to read some precautions here. By the way, can you take the pages down? Page 68, page 68, 69, and 70. 68, 69, and 70. That's where we are getting our information from. Okay, I am going to read the precautions. Okay, number one, do not play near or under power lines. We can avoid these dangers by not playing near or under power lines. And then this one, we once answered this one in an exercise that I once gave you. Mel, what is your problem there? Can you sit up straight? Okay, if you notice a power line on the ground, do not touch it. Please inform an adult. And also read danger warning signs. So number one, I said do not play near or under power lines. Number two, if you notice a power line on the ground, do not touch it. Please inform an adult. And also read danger warning signs. I'm going to show you some danger warning signs. What is happening with your chair, Mel?
Nothing.
Because if you are moving up and down, you won't understand what I'm explaining here. Sit up straight in a comfortable position so that you won't be moving. Okay. Do not insert anything into a socket. Do not insert anything into a socket. And appliances should always be unplugged. They should always be unplugged before cleaning. If you want to clean the stove, if you want to clean the fridge, you have to unplug it first. And any electrical device should be far away from any water source. Any electrical device should be far away from any water source. You find that at times when it is raining, the water flows everywhere, even where there are plugs or where there are sockets. So make sure that they are far away from this water. They are at a dry place. And lastly, the overloaded sockets, overloaded circuits, they are dangerous. Like what we have said, that they can overheat and cause fire. Or do not plug in a device without the supervision of an adult. Do you hear me?
Yes.
Yes. So do not plug in a device without the supervision of an adult, because you might do it wrongly and then you get shocked and get killed. Okay, and these are the danger warning signs. Can you look at them, Agatha? Look at the danger warning signs that I have here. Mel, can you see them?
Yes.
You are not looking at the book. Agatha, can you see the danger warning signs?
I did not hear you.
You are not hearing me. Okay, I'm saying, can you see the danger warning signs here? Agatha? The danger warning signs? Okay, we have got this one, danger of death, and this one, a high voltage, keep out. You should keep out because you might be killed. I wanted lastly to talk about conductors and insulators, conductors of electricity, electric conductors and insulators. That with conductors, electricity can actually flow in a circuit, electricity flows in the circuit, and then with insulators, electricity cannot flow.
Teacher, you are.
Hello,
Hmm.
hello, Agatha,
No.
uh, hello,
Teacher, you are free.
I am. Unfortunately, have you written the pages that I said down?
Yes.
Yes, Agatha, did you write the pages that I said? Agatha? Agatha, can you hear me? Okay, Mel, can you hear me?
Yes.
Yes, so I'm going to send work on conductors and insulators. I've listed some materials and you are supposed to put a tick to show if it is a conductor of electricity or it is an insulator. You hear me?
Yes.
Okay. Agatha, I'll communicate later.
Hello?
Yes, can you hear me now? Okay, unfortunately, we are running short of time. I will see you again tomorrow.
Yes.
Okay, bye-bye. Okay, Mel,
Yes.
Mel, before you go,
Yes.
before you go, what do you want to say? Okay, bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye, Agatha. Agatha, bye-bye.